Imagine a winter night in the 14th century. No thermostat, no central heating, just a wattle and daub hut battered by icy winds. For medieval peasants, winter was a fight for survival, not comfort. The Little Ice Age brought bitter cold, making every night a test of endurance. Their homes offered little protection. Heat from a central hearth vanished quickly through gaps in the walls and roof. Heating the whole house was impossible. Firewood was scarce and precious. The cold was a constant threat, bringing hypothermia, sickness, and hunger. Peasants didn't try to heat their homes, they focused on heating themselves. Survival meant creating microclimates, small pockets of warmth around beds, chairs, and bodies. Every bit of warmth, fire, animals, even body heat, was carefully conserved. The goal was simple: keep people warm, not the house. Failure meant illness or worse. A cold, tired body needed more food, but food was running out. Every survival technique, from bedding to clothing, was honed over generations. The struggle wasn't for comfort, it was for the energy to survive until spring. Every night was a battle against the cold, and every strategy was a matter of life and death. The medieval winter demanded ingenuity, resilience, and a relentless focus on the essentials. This is how peasants endured winter's deadly grip. Central heating was unimaginable for medieval peasants. Their single-room huts, built from wattle and daub and thatch, leaked heat everywhere. The open hearth was the only heat source, but most warmth escaped with the smoke. Heating the whole house was out of the question. Fuel was too precious. Instead, peasants created islands of warmth around the fire. Families gathered close to the flames, absorbing direct heat. The fire warmed people, not the air. Livestock sheltered at one end of the house added a few vital degrees of warmth. An adult cow could act like a living space heater. Every available source of heat was captured and focused where it mattered most. Survival depended on these small, shared pockets of warmth. The bed was the ultimate island of warmth, a fortress against the cold. Heavy wool or linen curtains surrounded the bed, creating a tiny insulated room within the hut. Several family members slept together, pooling body heat. Inside the curtained bed, warm air stayed trapped, and cold drafts were kept out. 4 or 5 people together generated as much heat as a small heater. Sleeping together wasn't just for space, it was a survival tactic. The bed's design focused all resources on a few cubic meters of space. This room within a room was a sanctuary, making the difference between life and death on freezing nights. Medieval survival meant controlling your immediate environment, not the whole house. The cold ground was another enemy. Peasants slept on mattresses, palliasses, stuffed with straw, not feathers. Straw's secret? Air pockets. These trapped air, blocking heat loss to the earth. The mattress insulated sleepers from the cold, damp floor. Straw also wicked away moisture, keeping bedding dry and warm, but straw compressed and got dirty, so it had to be replaced regularly. After harvest, fresh straw was added for winter. This simple, low-tech insulation was vital for warmth. Maintaining the mattress was as important as maintaining the fire. A well-kept straw bed was a peasant's best defense against the chill below. Sometimes body heat wasn't enough. Peasants used heated stones or bricks as early thermal batteries. Stones were warmed in the fire, wrapped in cloth, and placed at the foot of the bed for hours of radiant heat. Warming pans, metal containers filled with hot embers, were slid between blankets to preheat the bed. Both methods transferred fire's energy directly to where it was needed most. These simple devices made cold nights bearable, especially for the sick or elderly. They were practical, effective, and required only basic materials. Moving heat from hearth to bed was a crucial survival trick. Ingenuity turned limited resources into life-saving warmth. Clothing was personal insulation. Peasants layered garments to trap air and retain heat. The base layer was linen, absorbent and strong. It kept skin dry. Over this came wool tunics, which trapped heat even when damp. The outer layer, a heavy wool cloak or mantle, blocked wind and sealed in warmth. Hoods were essential, preventing heat loss from the head and neck. Layering allowed peasants to adjust for work or rest, adding or removing garments as needed. This system was versatile and efficient, managing body temperature throughout the day. Clothing wasn't about fashion, it was wearable shelter. Every layer had a purpose, every fiber a role in survival. The right clothing could be the difference between enduring winter or succumbing to it. Medieval dress was a science of survival. Modern homes rely on constant energy input. When the power fails, they lose heat fast. Medieval huts, with their thick walls and earth floors, had thermal mass that slowed temperature drops. Peasants didn't try to heat the whole house, they focused on small, warm spaces. In a blackout, their strategies still work. Gather in one room, block drafts, and share body heat. Layer clothing, use blankets, and improvise thermal batteries with hot water or stones. These old techniques are a blueprint for resilience. Heating people, not spaces, is the key lesson. For centuries, survival depended on practical physics, not technology. Medieval wisdom reminds us, in the cold, ingenuity and adaptation matter most. Their legacy is a guide for facing winter's challenges, even today.